There, I just did a real nice clean solder on that. Same thing here. Sorry I don't have an assistant to be working the camera. Yeah, nice clean solder joints. You don't have to put a lot of solder, just enough to get this stuff to stick. And as you can see, it's not really taking that much time. You know, I'm not holding it down and soldering forever here. It just takes about a small touch. Now, if you have a problem where the wire keeps popping up, what you do is you just hold the wire down with something, reheat the solder, and it'll run smooth right over that. There we go. Perfect. And as you can see, the resoldering took substantially less time than the soldering. All nice clean joints. Now we're left with power supply. That's where your spare fan comes in. You can use, I'm using one with a mini Molex 3-pin, but you could also use one with standard 4-pin Molex, whichever you prefer, whatever your needs are. What I'm going to do here, just clip the wire. And then I'm just going to strip the tips. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Twist the ends just so they don't fray. And now, if you look on the board here, right down here it says ground 12 volt RPM. So it's pretty simple. Black wire is your ground. I'm just going to get lazy and just pop it through the hole there. Whoops. How about I put it through the right hole? So your black is your ground, your red is your 12 volt or 5 volt depending on how you're powering this. And blue or yellow, depending on the color scheming on your cables, will usually be your RPM sensor. I got my wires in place, so same thing. Just going to take a little bit of solder, heat up the element, touch it, heat up the element, touch it, heat up the element, touch it. And there we go. Now I'm going to reassemble this pump, hook it up to a test system, and be right back, give it a test. Okay, one mistake I made. I erroneously said you could use a 3-pin. 3-pin draws 5 volts. You need a 12 volt line coming into this, so I've replaced the wire with a 4-pin Molex connector, and now I'm just going to reassemble the pump. There's a notch in the back here, matches a cutout there. You simply drop that in, just like that, nice, smoothly. If it's not going smooth, which it is, okay, it's good. Put your O-ring right in there. O-ring is very important, and you gotta make sure there's no dirt or dust on that. Otherwise you will have leaks from your pump. Your centerpiece, which is the part that sprays the water. Before I put that on, these come kind of dirty. My razor knife go. So I'm just going to remove this bit of rubber here. I'm going to be replacing this with a custom top anyway, but just for purpose of testing, I got to slip some hoses on there. Get the old hose off. The pumps are actually quite good. Unfortunately, Mac, when they did their water cooling systems, they got the best pumps they could, and then everything else apparently was total garbage. The systems leaked like crazy, and would actually sometimes even leak into the pump, which would cause short circuits. Now, you want to be careful about the orientation here. I'm going to be having my wires come out the back, so I'm going to put the pump top on like that. I'll rotate it over. Like I said, I'm not planning over the long term to use the anti-vibration mount, but for right now I'm just going to pop that on. It's just going to make life a little bit easier for testing purposes. Everything's nice and stuck. Don't over tighten everything, of course. Alright, so I'm going to get a reservoir and some tubing, and we'll give this a try.